Remember the days when Saturday mornings meant watching classic cartoons in 2D, those vibrant, hand-drawn worlds that felt like magic? Today, as the world rapidly transitions toward 3D animation, the golden era of 2D animation seems to be fading away. Many of our favorite cartoons have transitioned to 3D, and today's cartoons lack the vibe and feel of the past. Most of them have turned into CGI 3D animation. Some cartoons have remained in 2D animation, but have changed their look, stories, and vibe. Just look at these old and new comparisons of the same cartoons. They are not as enticing as before, and many now do not look as good, losing some of that original charm. Am I the only one who misses that era and wants 2D animation back? Let me clarify. I'm not saying that 3D animation is bad or that it should be stopped. It has its own merits and can be amazing. But why can't we continue creating 2D animations alongside 3D ones? Oggy and the Cockroaches is a popular cartoon known for its humor and unique characters. While the series could have continued to introduce new characters, instead, it underwent a significant change by transitioning to a 3D CGI format. This shift marked a notable alteration in the show's theme and visual style. Today's children aren't familiar with the good cartoons anymore. Wouldn't it be wonderful to bring back the essence of those classic 2D animations? But why are Pixar and other studios replacing 2D with 3D? Is it just because the cost of labor for hand-drawn animation is expensive, or is there another secret? Interestingly, if hand-drawn animation is dead in the Western world, why did Hayao Miyazaki, the founder of Studio Ghibli, beat Disney's Elemental and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse to win the Best Animated Feature Film prize with The Boy and the Heron? The 83-year-old also won the Golden Globe for the same film last January and even an Oscar this year, after 13 nominations in the Best Animated Feature category. This hand-drawn animated film turned the tables on Disney in its 100th year of animation celebration, flying in defiance of 3D animation. The Boy and the Heron is more than just a film. It's a bold statement that could reshape what we expect from animated films going forward. Historical dive. Let's take a trip down memory lane to the golden era of 2D animation. Iconic studios like Disney, Warner Bros., and Hanna-Barbera brought us timeless classics with meticulous hand-drawn artistry. This era gave us beloved series such as Mickey Mouse, Looney Tunes, and The Flintstones, where each frame was crafted with care. Disney's Mickey Mouse series, which began with Steamboat Willie in 1928, introduced synchronized sound to animated cartoons, setting a new standard for the industry. Warner Bros.' Looney Tunes introduced us to characters like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, becoming a staple of American pop culture. Hanna-Barbera's The Flintstones, 1960, was the first primetime animated TV show, pioneering the concept of animated series for adults. Rarely known, Disney used to hide hidden Mickeys in various scenes as a fun Easter egg for dedicated fans to find. Warner Bros. Once utilized recycled animation frames to save on production costs, subtly reusing scenes across different episodes and even series. The rise of 3D animation. With the release of Pixar's Toy Story in 1995, 3D animation began to rise, offering new possibilities with realistic textures, dynamic lighting, and more fluid character movements. While this technological advancement opened new doors, it also marked a significant shift in the animation industry. The process of 2D animation. Traditional animation or 2D animation involves drawing each individual frame by hand. This process, known as cell animation, involves creating moving characters on transparent celluloid sheets, which are then photographed over static backgrounds. The first feature-length animated film created with this technique was Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937. This method was used to produce classics like Bambi, The Jungle Book, and The Lion King. The process of 3D animation. 3D animation, on the other hand, uses computer-generated imagery, CGI, to create characters and environments. This technique allows for more realistic textures and lighting effects. Pixar's Toy Story, released in 1995, was the first fully computer-animated feature film and revolutionized the animation industry with its groundbreaking 3D aesthetic. Impact on iconic cartoons. The original Winnie-the-Pooh series featured hand-drawn animation with soft watercolor backgrounds, capturing the warmth of the 100-acre wood. The new series, Playdate with Winnie-the-Pooh, uses modern animation techniques with vibrant colors and dynamic movements, aiming to appeal to today's younger viewers, but potentially missing the nostalgic charm of the original. Notably, Winnie-the-Pooh was inspired by a real bear named Winnipeg, who lived at the London Zoo. The original Scooby Doo Where Are You? Featured a classic 2D animation style that contributed to its spooky atmosphere and charm. In contrast, the newer series, Be Cool, Scooby Doo, lacks the spooky atmosphere and charm of the original, leaving fans longing for the classic vibe. Additionally, the CGI 3D movie Scoob, released in 2020, was met with mixed reviews, with some fans expressing that the 2D animation style captured the essence of Scooby Doo more effectively. Audience reception. Studies show that older audiences tend to prefer the nostalgia of 2D animation, while younger viewers are more accustomed to 3D. Fan comments reveal a longing for the charm and simplicity of the original 2D versions. The artistic perspective. Animators and directors who have worked in both 2D and 3D share their insights on the transition. Many express that while 3D offers exciting possibilities, 2D animation holds a unique artistic value that shouldn't be lost. Chicken Little and the Shift to 3D. In 2005, Disney released Chicken Little, their first fully computer animated film. This marked a significant shift as Disney collaborated with RealD to install RealD's 3D digital projection system, featuring Christie CP 2002 KDLP projectors, along with silver screens for 84 screens in US theaters. The release of Chicken Little signaled a move away from traditional hand-drawn animation, and within a few years, the legendary studio would put out its last traditionally animated films. The global 2D animation scene. Today, many studios, especially in Japan, continue to produce 2D anime, proving that 3D animation will never fully replace 2D. In the West, studios are also releasing new 2D animated movies. Recent 2D animated films in the West include Klaus and Teen Titans Go to the movies. For instance, The Glassworker from Pakistan, directed by Usman Riaz, is the country's first hand-drawn animated feature and has garnered international attention, showcases the continuing global love for 2D animation. These projects highlight that the legacy of 2D animation continues to thrive worldwide. For me, 3D animation, while impressive and groundbreaking, can never fully replace the magic of 2D animation. The lines drawn by a human hand have a certain warmth and organic quality that computer-generated images cannot replicate. There's a soul and charm in traditional animation that speaks to viewers in a way that 3D animation often struggles to match. The Boy and the Heron. The Boy and the Heron is more than just a film. It's a bold statement that could reshape what we expect from animated films going forward. But what makes Miyazaki's newest film so special, and how did it succeed where Disney failed? Especially in a year that was supposed to be a celebration of 100 years of Disney animation, film's impact. In a time when 3D animation dominates, Studio Ghibli's latest masterpiece stands as a shining example of how hand-drawn animation still has plenty of stories to tell. Does this mean that Disney will follow suit and create more hand-drawn animations? Many argue that Wish, Disney's film celebrating 100 years of animation, should have been 2D animated. Reasons for Disney's shift. The reason Disney didn't make Wish in 2D isn't just about cost, it's about capability. Disney can't easily make 2D animations in-house anymore due to a strategic pivot to 3D, initiated by then CEO Michael Eisner in the early 2000s. This shift led to significant layoffs and the closure of their Florida animation studio. Miyazaki's philosophy. Miyazaki's success with The Boy and the Heron is rooted in his dedication to hand-drawn storytelling. The film took 7 years to make, with no deadlines imposed by the studio. This allowed for meticulous detail and a unique, patient storytelling approach. Miyazaki's philosophy contrasts sharply with the instant gratification trend seen in many modern 3D animations. Story and themes. The story of The Boy and the Heron follows a boy coping with the death of his mother, guided by a talking heron into a fantastical world. The film's themes of grief, loss, and finding magic in chaos are brought to life through Miyazaki's hand-drawn artistry, which allows for a depth and nuance that 3D animation often lacks. Why 2D should continue. There's a timeless appeal to 2D animation that shouldn't be forgotten. Modern successes like Wolfwalkers, The Owl House, Song of the Sea, and Klaus on Netflix prove that 2D animation still has a place in today's world. Let's celebrate and support 2D animation by watching, sharing, and advocating for these beautiful works of art. Encourage the production of new 2D projects and keep the magic of hand-drawn animation alive for future generations. So that's it for today. Let us know in the comments what your favorite cartoon is and share your thoughts. Stay tuned for more fantastic content coming to this channel. Like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.